welcome back to Starlane News. My name is Tesco Long, and I'm reporting to you live from East Brea City, where a routine peacekeeper patrol turned deadly as clusterous forces in the city opened fire in the residential neighborhood of Prophet's Grove. The usually peaceful neighborhood just outside of the center of the city is now pockmarked with craters, debris, and massive shell casings from the outburst of violence. The cluster's publicity division said that the incident was, and I quote, a transparent act of aggravation in a neighborhood holding a majority of children and civilians. General Wave's press office refused to comment, but a source within the Peacekeepers stated, "It is unfortunate that the clusterists are using the people they're trying to protect as shields, but fortunately we're equipped enough to engage them while minimizing collateral damage. Regardless of your thoughts on this conflict, this incident proves that the fighting is far from over." This has been Tesco Long, Starlane News. Stay informed, stay safe, and keep your eyes on the stars.
Let's get into downtime, folks. That's me starting the cut right there, I think.
Yeah, nice.
So, I'm going to be honest with you. Also, I'm getting an echo from someone. One sec, I'm going to make a loud noise. Ba! Ba! I don't even know who it was.
It's not me.
Anyways.
Not me. Is it me?
I have no clue. Is anyone using speakers?
Nope.
No, I'm headset gaming.
Ba! Ba!
Ba!
Anything?
No.
Colin, you gotta keep this in the episode, please.
Yeah, I have no clue. Anyways, so for downtime, we got to do your rewards. By default, because you are technically a democracy faction, you get one material, or materiel, and one personnel. Zach, are you the volunteer bookkeeper?
Yes, is there a... it's the Dusklights sheet.
Yes. It's the
okay, cool,
screaming monkey with the helmet.
Yeah, I got him. I don't see a place for this. Do I just got to... Oh, there it is. So we get one...
materiel and one personnel.
Okay.
As your democracy bonus. Then we get to do your supply roll, which is equal to the tier of the enemy you just fought, which is 0. That was a very easy fight, even though it broke really badly.
Holy shit, man.
We learned.
And 1 for your... I also forget why, but I wrote it down. So 0 plus 1, which is 1. So you're going to get 1d to roll, and that's going to determine how many supply points you gain. So
sure, somebody else roll it.
1d6, you really want that from me?
Ooh!
Yeah, big money.
Roll. That's a 6. So you gain 6 supply points. Now, supply points they're like points that can be used on either material or personnel. They're like all-purpose, but by the end of downtime, they have to be either one or the other, if that makes sense. They can only be this ephemeral 2-point stage during downtime.
I see. And just so I'm understanding this correctly, we're hard capped at banking 4 material and 4 personnel, right?
That's correct.
So we could theoretically store all 6 of these if we wanted to, but we're probably going to want to spend some.
Yes. So you're going to get 6 of these. So let's put that in the supplies so we can keep track of it. So you get your free upkeep action. So any pilot can spend material or supply for a free upkeep action. And what that's going to do, the squad earns 2 rep. So you get 2 rep right now.
Yeah.
Each pilot checks to see if they did something to further their drive. I don't think anyone did.
No.
You can now all spend material or supply points to roll a die, and you will refresh quirks equal to the highest result. Oh, okay. So for each material you spend per person, you get to roll a die. And then you refresh that many perks, and then you remove all level 1 harm and level 1 damage for spending that one material or supply.
Okay.
Where are material?
It's on the squad sheet. You technically have
up to 7.
You have up to 7 material. So I would recommend everyone does it.
Everybody's going to want to do this. Can you repeat that? Because I'm having a hard time finding, which action is it? Is it fix? Is it recover?
It's not in the downtime activities. Believe it or not. It's not where you think it would be. It's in the mission completed section.
Oh, I skipped that.
Yeah, there's some layout issues, but...
Where is the mission complete section? Do you know what chapter it is?
I'm on page 203.
Okay, downtime is on page 218.
It's under reward. So you spend 1 material, so just go ahead and deduct 4 from the supply.
I will deduct 4. Now. We got 2 left.
And then, so everyone's going to roll a d6 now.
All right, 1d6.
Yep, 1d6.
4.
Fuck me.
Mm-mm. Hey, I like 4.
One. So we
One.
got Geist and Loyal, you are going to get 1 quirk back and remove all your level 1 harms and damages from yourself and your mech. Joseph and Hex, you get all your quirks back, and
Let's go.
you remove any level 1 damages or harm you have, but not any level 2 ones, because I know you have a level 2 one, Hex.
Okay, so only level 1s.
Yes. If the mission's part of the patron's faction goal, you add 1 tick to the goal's clock. We're going to explore that in a little thing.
We already got the supply stuff, right? And why
Yes,
took note
you
of
already
it.
got all the supply.
Oh, I was like, what if I helped with cook the books? But too late now.
Well, you still could.
Yeah, what does Cook
Yeah.
the Books do?
So I spend 2 stress and a downtime activity, and you get an additional supply roll.
Oh.
If you are part of an independent squad, your supply roll is 0D unless something increases it. You may use this ability once per downtime.
Yeah, downtime actions happen after this stuff, so you're actually not even late
Okay.
for doing that. You can get
I
us some
was
extra
late.
cash, which is that's really good, actually.
Cash
So-
money.
On the topic of downtime actions, I know no one read the rules except for Wyzak, but
What gave it away?
I don't hold it personally against you. I just know you guys didn't, because it's not interesting to everyone. But this game gives you 3 downtime actions by default.
Oh,
And like
shit.
that, you're getting 2 because you get a free heal anyways. So I don't think it's necessary to give you 3. If that
Okay.
turns to be too restrictive, blame it on budget cuts.
Goddamn bureaucrats. Not you though, Hex. You're a good one.
You're one of the good ones, Hex. So, yes, we're going to move ahead with downtime. So, do you want to just roll that? So, tick off 2 stress, Hex, and roll another d6, and you're going to get that extra supply points.
That's so much fucking cash money. That's such a good ability.
All right. Spend 2 stress.
I take back everything bad I secretly said about the bureaucrat class.
Hey, we're support.
5.
5 big fucking money. That's
Big
so
money.
sick. That's so
It's like
sick.
real life. Stay up all night on the spreadsheet.
We're up to 7 supply.
That's big. So, what does that look like, Hex? Are you like look at the requisition forms and you start like exaggerating all the damages we took?
It's a little bit of that and a little bit of combat looting that no one noticed, but mainly the forms.
No one was checking out. You're like pulling legs off, just inspecting them. I was like, ooh, okay.
Yeah,
I
tough
could use
times.
this leg.
The requisition forms don't, they're not what they used to be.
So fucking true. Okay, so that's 1 downtime action for you. So next up, we're going to do status and trust for the mission rewards. I've already done this for you on another sheet, but basically your trust with the Soul Union Peacekeepers is increasing by 3 because 1, you completed the mission successfully, and you completed a secondary objective, which is no collateral damage, and you got a second pilot as well. You did not kill everyone. You got 2, which is good. And you got the leader, which is even better. Then after that, we get to do entanglements, which is the last thing we have to do before downtime activities, which we haven't done yet. So the entanglements are like the complications that come up after you do a mission. And it's going to be a little weird with the lore we're working with, because usually you do like a lot of missions against different squads, but in this case, you're always going to be going against the Clusterous squad, which complicates things a little bit, but we'll see. So what we need to do is build a dice pool equal to 3 minus the squad's relationship level with their patient. Ewan, loyal. Roll me 2d6.
Yeah.
Just typing it.
Ooh, that's 3.
That's not good. Lowest bidder from table. Wait, no, that's not it. Table A. Toxic gear. The gear you were issued isn't healthy to be around. You may spend 1 personnel for plus 1d, but either way, make a fortune roll using the squad's tier. 1 to 3, everyone takes level 1 harm, which can be resisted as normal. 4 to 5, everyone spends 1 material point to trade it away or take 2 stress. Or 6, it's not toxic.
Oh my god, can you believe this bullshit?
Yeah,
These budget cuts are literally killing us.
What do you think it was that you got issued that turned out to be toxic?
Well, we don't know if it's toxic yet. We might roll a 6.
That's
yeah,
true. So do you want to spend 1 personnel for plus 1d to this effect?
Yes.
Okay.
I
so
want to.
roll 2d6. Brian.
Yay! It's my turn.
It's your time to shine.
Fuck me.
3 and a 2. Everyone takes level 1 harm, which can be resisted as normal. What did it? What was it?
Maybe
Irradiated.
I'm trying to think of something that we all got. Like, yeah, it could be reactor shielding was bad. Maybe there's something wrong with the air mix, or like maybe it was like exhaust was getting filtered into the
That wouldn't affect
cockpits
me.
or something.
I breathe water.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm a
the
robot.
oxygen in the water comes from somewhere as you breathe it.
Also, robot doesn't breathe air. Does
The
radiation
side it
affect?
does.
Yes, radiation does affect
Yeah,
computers.
that could
So
affect computers.
Okay, it's got to be radiation then.
So
Well, because no, this isn't damage. This is harm. So this is to the pilot, not the
yes,
robot.
this is to the pilot. So
But
let's
I
say
am the
you
robot.
all got some irradiated. Let's
Yes.
say the ammunition you got for like your sidearms, they got from like some sketchy depleted uranium. Shit.
Not quite depleted
Yeah,
uranium.
not
Who's in
quite
charge of
depleted
this shit?
It was still kind of hot.
Nice.
They- so, like,
Sensing a faint glow.
yeah, you were all carrying around like a pistol full of radioactive ammo, and you get the papers a little bit too late after you're already starting to have some weird effects, like weird rashes on your hands.
That really
that-
sucks for the neighborhood we fired these bullets in.
Oh yeah,
Is that a resolve resist?
I would say yeah. I think this is a resolve resist. So if you don't want to take the level 1 harm irradiated,
Irradiated.
you need
Take the
to
stress instead.
click the word resolve on your character sheet, and you will see how much stress you get for resisting this consequence.
Big money. Roll to 5.
It's me.
Stress. Ooh. Get ready for that. Cut loose. It's going to be fun.
This is gonna be fun. It's cool in this system because you always cut loose with another player.
You ever see a robot get drunk? You're about to.
It can be done. Brian,
Yo,
you want to resist being irradiated?
I like that.
Yeah. Okay. So you're gonna click the resolve word on your character sheet to see how much stress
Done.
you take. Both Harold and Mirage are at 5 stress now.
Ooh, I know what's coming. Drinks on me.
So that is the end
Let's
of the
do it.
completed segment. So now we can go to the downtime activities, which we haven't done already. With that in mind, do you guys want to spend some personnel points to cut loose?
We don't have to yet. If you don't want to, Brian.
We haven't
I'm-
done XP yet.
I'm
No,
down,
we haven't.
but if we want to do XP,
That's what I was just thinking. That should be in the reward section, but it's not there. And I don't know where it is, and I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's not in the index. Unless it's under X, which would be really silly. It is! Okay. Pilot advancement. Here we go.
So, general XP. We'll do this first.
Yeah.
So, if you expressed your character's tragedy, history, or opening, which are those things we did in character creation, just like your backstory in general, you are going to put 1 XP into the XP tracker on your character sheet. I believe it's just playbook XP.
You can put it there. I think you can also put it in any of your like expert
Oh, yes, you're right.
resolve prowess and so on. But if you put it in the playbook XP, you get new special abilities, so that's kind of the better place for it.
Yeah, so playbook XP is where you go to get more abilities, like, for instance, Joseph's Shadow. Or you can put it into one of your skills, and that'll give you more skill dots later. So everyone do that now.
I express mine by handling a challenge with intense speed rather than just doing the sensible thing and fighting.
And you refuse to fall back, even though it might have been advantageous to.
That is true as well.
The next XP criteria is struggled because of their beliefs, scars, or their vehicle's quirks.
I don't think anybody did. That's a good point, actually. If that's why you want your quirks to also possibly be bad. So, like, if we were sneaking somewhere and I was like, oh, actually, I think this should be more difficult because my vehicle is roaring fast, which means it's very loud, then I would be able to get XP for griefing my teammates, which is important. So I guess that's something to keep in mind during play, but I don't think anybody did that today.
Next is address challenges with methods determined by their playbook. So
Can I
use
say that
prowl.
I did that when I went like mega? Actually, I think basically everybody did in some way.
yeah, so I believe the actual triggers are on your playbooks specifically, like in the class section.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah, they are.
So for the ace, it's address a challenge with piloting or violence. It's gonna be very easy.
Oh,
to get
baby.
XP.
Yeah, did I ever? I don't think I ever addressed a challenge in any other way.
Yeah, and I believe you get multiple XP points for doing it multiple
Cool.
times.
Can I say I'll take 2 because
Yeah,
like I
give
did
yourself 2.
piloting. I did piloting when I flung the guy out of the hole, and I did violence when I just flew down through the skylight shooting that.
The infiltrator's XP trigger is you address a challenge with stealth or evasion.
Did I evade myself out of the fucking frame as I took down the lady?
You did
The
not
mission
evade
intro
yourself,
was stealth.
but you did start the mission using your.
I did.
stealth. So I would
Oh
say
my god.
give
You're
yourself
so right, Colin.
give yourself an XP. Empath, XP
Understanding
trigger,
or poise.
which you did.
I did do that.
Okay.
And for Brian, yours is or Hex. Address a challenge with procedure or management. I'm not sure if you did that.
I mean, what about cooking the books?
That is, we're talking about outside of the
procedure.
session at that point.
Okay, then no.
But worth keeping in mind in the future. You could just rattle off about regulations and how we can't do this, or how much it's going to cost.
Okay, I like that.
Okay, that is that part of it. Now after squad development, I believe.
Squad development.
You are the mechanized cavalry. That's the XP triggers we decided to go with. And
Yes.
the XP trigger for that is execute a successful battle, delivery, or rescue operation. You did that.
Yeah.
Kind of did all 3 of those, technically speaking, because this was a battle, and you delivered a person, and you rescued them from their life of crime.
Yeah.
3 points.
Is that? Are you giving us
no.
the triple?
No, you're not getting 3 points. But
Aw.
you are getting 2 because
Nice.
pretty
Yay.
good job. You got all your objectives done. Very well.
Sweet.
Here are the downtime actions you guys can take. Acquire asset, which is to get a temporary use of an asset, which is like an item, a cohort, or service. Enhance, which is work towards gaining a new quirk or vehicle action point. Fix, which is to use technical skill to repair a vehicle. So fix is for if your mech is fully broken, which is if you try to push yourself past your quirks, which is something you can do if you feel like it. Manufacture, which is to turn a design into a functional object. Salvage, which is to deconstruct a vehicle for extra supply points. You do not have a vehicle to deconstruct at this point, so you can't do that. Upkeep, which is to do routine maintenance with material to refresh quirks. That is what you would do, Geist and Loyal, to get the rest of your quirks back, which I highly recommend.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then there is Collect, which is to basically pressure locals into giving you money and supplies. Cut Loose, which is to spend time with a pilot to relieve stress and learn about them. And that's mostly useful if you have stress used up. There is such a thing as overindulging, which is if you recover more stress than you lost. So keep that in mind. The only person who could recover stress would be Hex at this point.
He's so stressed out.
Yeah. Now our long-term projects, which is for working towards something, oftentimes working towards your drive. Recover, which is to convalesce or get treated by a doctor if you have like physical harm, like Hex does. Hex really doing good. Schmooze, which is to make a faction trust you more, or train to work towards gaining a new action point. And this is all on page 220. That I know I read a lot just now. So that is everything. Does anyone know what they want to do? I think the most easy ones would be for the upkeep of those mechs first.
Yeah, me and Ewan should definitely both go ahead and upkeep right now. So I'll knock our supply down to 5. And then I'm not going to bother rolling because I only have 1 quirk left.
So I need to recover 3 quirks.
Yeah, so you need to roll a d6 and you want to roll a 3 or higher. Great. You recover
I did it.
the rest of your quirks. Good work.
Nice.
Hex, do you want to go to a doctor?
Yes, Hex is going to use his healthcare.
Okay, so you're going to take the recover action, which lets you heal your harm. Recovery is a long-term project. So Hex, you go to the doctor. Your doctor's name is Dr. Suri Grace. You might remember her from the vignettes. And, she says, Jesus, Harold? From accounting?
It's been a while, he says bashfully.
Harold, why are you filled with flechettes?
They needed more help. I can make a difference out there, not behind a desk.
She has a look of horror on her face. Jesus, how long until I'm in the fucking field? Okay, lay down.
Alright, Hex complies wordlessly.
And Suri Grace is a tier 2 doctor, so you get 2 dice. So roll me 2d6, and we'll see how good job she does.
She's a pro.
She's a pro.
Okay, she's not a quack.
5 and a 5. So you're going to fill 2 segments on your healing clock.
2.
I think we can spend personnel points to do that again, can't we?
Yes, so you can spend a personnel point. You can either spend it to increase its level by 1, which will only get you to 3 segments, or you can spend a personnel point to roll again, and she takes some extra time with you, which is what I would recommend, personally.
Let's do that one.
Okay.
Because that has a chance of making it go away entirely.
So roll me another 2d6. So she
Big money, no whammies. That's a
quack.
Wow.
That's just one more chunk.
You
But
get one more chunk.
We have these points. We can spend them. So we can just do it again. Actually, you could just spend 1 to bump the thing up at this point.
Exactly.
Same shit.
So Wyzak deduct 1 more, and we will have it finished. And I believe
we got
what
3
it
supply left.
does is, I believe it only moves it down. So now, instead of shredded, you now have the level 1 cut. And I'm writing that in for you just because.
Oh,
and
thank you. You're so polite.
Clock.
Now I can't cheat.
So now you only
have. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Well, it's kind of maybe a big question, but how liable is pilot harm to actually influence mech piloting? You know what I mean? Because harm only applies its penalty if it's applied to the role that you're doing, and if the machine is doing the heavy lifting, that feels like it's going to be limited for vehicle activities most of the time, I think.
I would agree with you. Because the mechs already have their own damage categories, I don't think there's going to be overlap. So I think we can say that the mechs have enough assistant programs in it that they can ride.
So it might be worth just leaving that as a level 1 harm that will theoretically
provided
automatically clear away.
Provided your next mission is in a brain.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Which I can't comment on one way or the other. Yes, so Ryan, you have used up. You have one action.
I haven't. Just for my second downtime action, I'm going to take the enhance action. And because we have the testing facility squad upgrade, I believe that was the other one that we picked. Anytime we enhance, we get 2 ticks on the clock. So I'm going to enhance, and I'll put 2 ticks in my enhance track. Because getting an extra quirk is huge, so I don't think it's even remotely easy. And I don't think I'm going to spend any points to take any extra actions. I think I'm good where I am.
Brian, why don't we close out your last downtime action? What do you want to do?
Well, I'm all healed. What are my options? Because
it's on page 220.
What does stress do?
Stress is what you use when you're not in your mech instead of quirks.
Can I blow off some steam?
Sure. You only have 2 stress right now, right?
Yeah.
So there is a danger when you are cutting loose. If you overindulge, meaning you recover more stress than you have, bad things can happen.
Yeah, it will probably go bad if you roll a 3, 4, 5, or a 6.
But if you think that's what the character would do, even if he's a little stressed, I need a drink, then
let's cut loose.
You could become an alcoholic. That's exciting.
That is exciting. That's the arc of every single one of my characters. That's why I gave this guy a synthetic. He can't even drink.
Oh, jeez.
I can't fall back on vice as a main facet of this character. I forced myself out of my usual tropes.
He smokes instead.
He can't. He doesn't have a mouth.
Oh my god. Just kill yourself. Jeez.
He injects his meals into a port in his lower torso.
Oh no.
They go right into the duodenum.
Well, they say alcoholics are pretty charming people, but all right, then I'll hold off. I guess that
Enhancing is a thing that everybody can do. Everybody's going to eventually want more quirks. So if you don't have like a second downtime action to do, just spend some time in the old testing facility tinkering away with your robot. It's definitely, I would say that's an extremely good fallback action if you don't have anything else, because like you're always going to want to be ticking that clock if you can.
Do I have
All
another
right.
downtime?
I'll do it.
Yes, Loyal, you do.
Cool. I'm also going
Alright.
to enhance.
Enhance.
The weird thing about the quirk system is that in many ways it is more profitable to do a train action, because then you get less, because the amount of quirks exhausted is dependent on your skill level. So if you get 1 dot in each mech skill, you only ever lose 1 quirk. I think it's Joseph.
Mirage, right?
Me.
Yeah, boy, Mirage.
Could I do working on a long-term project to like try to further my drive by studying AI in a specific way?
Yeah.
So let me know if this is overstepping my bounds, but I had an idea of who is our infantry? I forgot their name.
Spud? Captain Spud? AKA
Oh, the
Raw?
team of them. Are they just
Oh.
called the infantry?
They're called the Raptors.
The Raptors. I was wondering if I could go in and like fiddle with all of their Class 2 AI on their frames to kind of do a little test. Like I wanted to simulate fear by making the frames or the AI take more drastic actions in difficult events. Is that too much?
That's psychotic, dude.
That is pretty psychotic. But the Raptors are not pilots. They're just soldiers. They don't have like personal AIs in their mechs. They're just guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is there anyone I can get to who has a group of like Class 2s that I can work with?
I'm sure other pilots and other squads have them.
Okay. Is there a way I can go to a squad and maybe ask? I could pose and say that, I can't really help with a wrench, but I can assist in making your targeting better. And then secretly just kind of make
Just
it so.
kidding, I'm actually torturing your AI for fun.
But I'm not having them go crazy, okay? I'm just what I want to do with the AI is in bad moments, I want them to take more riskier actions to save the pilot's life. That way, if this succeeds, I can use it as a reason to show how possibly like AI learning emotions is not a horrible thing, and it could be helpful for emergent personalities to emerge from Class 2 AIs.
Bro, you literally just turned off the firewalls and the safety features.
Which squad are you doing this to?
I was going to do it to Spud, but I don't know who I should. What are my options?
There are the Shutterbugs, who you have a negative relationship with. There are the Bone Pickers, who you have a positive relationship with. You have the Thimbles, which you have no relationship with. The Moon Devils would not let you near their mechs, so they're not an option. The Shovel Scum, and that is all of the Soul Union squads. There's also the Volunteer Police with the Remnant Government, and then there are Campus Police, the Vector Mines with the Corporate Council, and the Private Military isn't really present here right now, so they're not an option.
The other thing I wanted to ask is, do I have to roll for anything here? And like, can I fail, or is this just role playing?
So this is going to be role playing, but when you roll, it determines how much you fill on that clock.
Okay. That's good. I was going to think I maybe go to the Shutterbugs because I can use the angle of them not liking me so I can apologize and see if I can do extra work for them.
It's really funny to me that Joseph is like, I need to prove to the Soul Union that it's okay for AI to develop emotions. I know an AI who has developed emotions will start kidnapping other AI and torturing them for my own amusement.
It's for their own good, okay?
This will prove my worth.
The ends justify the means, guys. Don't you understand?
So this is going to be a 6-step drive. Joseph's AI torture. Okay, so this is going to be a 6-step clock. And once you complete this, you will get a drive tick in your thingy. So yeah, you roll up to the Shutterbugs. There's a guy here. Tall, lanky-ass dude with a weird-looking head. It's like lumpy.
What do the Shutterbugs do, real quick?
Propaganda.
Propaganda.
Yeah,
Gotcha. And they use frames, right?
Yeah, they have a couple frames.
Okay.
They're kind of the poster boys. Like a lot of like the propaganda will feature them like doing action poses, even though they're not that good as pilots.
Sure.
But yeah, you come up to this guy. His name is Gentry Oldsign. He is the leader of the Shutterbugs, and he says, "Whoa, hey man, what are you doing here?"
Mr. Oldsign, is that correct?
Captain Oldsign.
Captain Oldsign, I like the sound of that. Listen, I've been visiting a lot of the squads around the base here. I'm good friends with the Bone Pickers, but I know me and you aren't so compatible. I don't wish to remain a stranger here forever, and I want to assist you in any way I can. I don't see how us being enemies helps everyone. I want to lay out anything that can assist you. I know I can't hold a wrench, but possibly I can maybe fiddle with the AI in your frames to increase the targeting parameters and help you out there. I feel like, as the Shutterbugs, you deserve stronger frames. And
would you agree that the main barrier to this goal right now is convincing these people that you should be allowed to touch their mechs?
yeah, I would say that the big thing here is trying to do that. That was my best argument there.
This is going to require a sway roll. So you roll to determine your effect here.
Sure, okay.
You roll an appropriate action, and I think the appropriate thing for this particular step is going to be sway or consort, which you have a 0 in.
Great.
You
should
can
have gone to the Bone Pickers. I'm going back now.
You can push yourself, which will get you from 0 dice to 1 die. If you have 0 dice, you roll 2 and you take the lowest. If you have 1, you just roll 1. Alternatively, you could have one of your, if you felt it appropriate to bring one of them in on it, you could have one of your squad mates help you out with this.
Hex, would you want to join me?
How'd you convince Hex to do this? Like, did you tell him what you're doing? Like, you're just lowering this. What does he know?
I would be. We could have that conversation. I roll up the Hex.
All right.
Excuse me, Hex, is it?
Yes.
I'd like to introduce myself. We didn't really get to speak during the mission. I'm Joseph, call sign Mirage.
Mirage, good to meet you outside the suit. How can I help you?
I have a bit of predicament here, and I was wondering if you can assist me. I wanted to run a little test on the AI around here, particularly with the Shutterbugs, but being a robot, they don't really communicate with me well. I need assistance in this, and if you ever need help, I can assist you too. Not with fiddling with the AI, of course, but in any way my frame can be capable. I was an infiltrator. I can't do that.
You don't need to go that far. We're on the same team. Here, let me come help.
I gave a little thumbs up. Let's walk over to the Shutterbugs.
He doesn't know the details.
Yeah, it's true.
Great. So we flash forward, and as you're describing that, Hex, how do you help out with this? What do you say? How do you lend your,
I help bridge the communication gap. The Shutterbugs might not look too kindly on a tin can, so.
Yeah, I'm looking meekish on the ground and kind of like bowing my head.
I'm the face. I'm the face here.
Sure, I accept that. I think that's cool. All right, so you're going to have 1d, Joseph. You still have to roll it because you don't get to use this. You could push yourself, which takes 2 stress to get yourself another die if you'd like.
I'd love to do that.
Okay, so take those two stress, two little red marks, and then roll me 2d6, and let's hope you roll well.
Anything could happen. /R, 2d6.
3 and a 5. So we're going to take the 5 because you get the higher number, which means you're going to get 2 segments on your Joseph's AI torture plot.
Why do you have to say it like that?
Okay,
because that's what you're doing.
I thought you explained it to me. Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
So, yeah, you, with the help from Hex and his sweet bureaucratic nature, they let you start working on their mechs, but they are keeping an eye on you at this point. They're not fully comfortable yet, but you do get some progress on this. You make some like innocuous tweaks that could be interpreted as like tuning up their targeting systems. Well, really, you're making their AI afraid.
Let us see. It's a little hypothesis I have, but it might just work.
That was one action. I believe you have another one if you'd like to take it.
I would like
Joseph.
to...
Sorry, guys. He's tinkering and he's like, yeah, like I'm just here, working. And then as soon as they turn around, you're like, listen up, you little motherfucker. If you even step an inch out of line, I'm gonna fuck again. And then they turn around, you're like, yeah, so if we just tweak a little bit here.
Yeah, no. What it is I'm sitting in the frame and I'm just working on it, and then you suddenly hear, and I click something. Sorry about that. just working on the AI. You could avoid
I know that
the
sounded like a
screams.
scream, but it.
No, that's not a scream.
That's
What are
the
you talking about?
steam coming out.
A little bit of steam, yeah, coming out of the side there. Should be up in a jiffy.
Jesus. Yeah. What do you want to do? Do you want to do the same thing as your next project?
No, I was maybe hoping to raise one of the stats here.
Okay, so that's a enhance or a train. Do you want to raise a mech stat or a person stat?
Probably a mech stat. I was going to ask you, are we going to continue with my bombard theory with my laser, or would you like me to enter into a battle stat instead?
I don't have a preference, but how bombard works is that it will work very well if there's no pressure on you. But like if someone's in your face, you cannot bombard them. Not without like maneuvering out of the way first. So
okay, but I have good maneuver, so
yeah. So if you want like go
could
for
do.
like the kind of guy who like I'm sniping, someone's in my face, I get out of the way and I snipe more, then I think that's a good fit to stick with that.
Let's do bombard then.
Okay, so what you are going to do is you're going to take the enhance action, and so you're going to add 2 ticks to the acuity tracker of those 2 little banners.
Gotcha.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so those are your 2 actions. Okay, everyone's done their downtime actions. Does anyone want to spend any resources for an extra downtime action?
We have 3 supply left.
Which is enough to bank.
I'm good for now.
Yeah, let's just hold on to it. Right at this point, especially since we don't know how long the enhance bar is, let's just say that we're going to hold on to the rest of our cash money for now, because we're going to get another shitload next mission as well.
So, you guys are sure you don't want to cut loose?
It's up to you, Brian. I could do it if you want.
I'm down. I have 5, so I mean...
I have 5 as well.
We have 1 point of personnel left that we can
I
spend.
am intent, even though you're mechanized cavalry, I do intend on having you guys have out of mech missions because you have those skills, and I'm not certain the next one will be it, but it might be. So you may want to cut loose.
Let's cut
loose, Brian.
Let's do it.
Okay. So Zach, go ahead and deduct 2 supply points or whatever.
Wait, is it
2?
So we only have 1. Oh, I can. Yeah, I guess I can take it out of the personnel. But I think you have to pay twice.
Is us cutting loose fucking over the team?
Another pilot.
Thank you, Cashier Zach. You're saving me.
So the pilot you pick to go with you doesn't necessarily have to take the cut loose action as well.
Yeah, so it's it's optional. So basically, the only one who actually gets the mechanical benefits of it is the person who engages it.
Yeah,
the person who takes the action is the one who gets the mechanical benefits.
The other person doesn't get stress off?
No.
Well, you could say, because we can just say that they cut loose together, right? Like they can both take the action.
Both take the action and then have a scene.
Does that? How much does that remove from?
Speedy away. That it'd be 2 points, like we said. So we got him. We got him to spend.
What does that look like?
Joseph feels like he needs to thank you, and he doesn't know how humans do it, but he knows people hang around the bar quite a bit. So he feels like, I don't know if Hex is this man, but he's a busy bureaucrat. He's possibly gotten drunk before. Let's invite him to the bar. So I say, hey, I found some old liquor bottles. Would you like to share them with me?
Let's do it.
Come on in. You're going to see Joseph sitting there. Room's empty. It's late. he's got his elbow on the counter, and he has some liquor bottles around, and he waves at you. Hello, Hex. How are you?
Hex doesn't let his unease about the situation show, like a seasoned professional, and joins him at the counter. I'm doing fine. Thanks for having me over.
That's wonderful. I wanted to find a pretty quiet time so we can get to know each other, not have any interruptions, because, well, and he shoves a liquor bottle towards you. I really wanted to thank you for the help that you did with me. With the shutterbugs.
Of course. My pleasure. Hex takes a swig. So, what exactly did you do?
Something I wanted to quickly ask, Colin, is can robots technically get drunk in this universe?
It's oil.
I was going to say, like, should he, I was wondering, like, will he do a thing where it's like, I will technically slow my processes every time I take a quote-unquote sip just to match you,
Yeah, I don't think there's any limits on making yourself more stupid. So, yeah, sure.
Okay. Maybe I'll explain that to you. I'll say, I have to apologize. Of course, us emergent personalities, we can't get drunk. But, as in my robot frame, I can slow my processes every time I take a drink to match yours. How does that sound?
Okay. Hex just kind of nods and, like, blinks surprised, but whatever.
He flicks something in his head. Now, to answer your previous question, I think we're friends. I could admit to you that I might have been increasing the Class 2 AI's targeting parameters in the frames there, but not in the way they expected. And he lifts another glass to his lips, his robo lips that aren't there.
When you say expanded, what do you mean by that? Hex is already one drink down.
Well, you see, I feel like, you've been around. You know how people feel about AI, emergent personalities. Anything above a 3, you don't see them around a lot. And a 4, that's shunned forever. But I believe, with a little bit of work, people can realize the advantage of Class 3 AIs. He does not mention the 4. And he takes another glass to his lips. So, I guess I will say that I try to make the Frames AI a little bit more Class 3.
All right. That's an improvement. I don't have a problem personally.
Joseph winks at you and says, I'm so glad you see it that way. I was really hoping you would. He brings another glass to his lips. He also...
What is this?
I'll just say that Joseph is not making his processes slower every time he drinks the glass, but he is putting his hand up. That's not even how he does it. He just pretends to flick something on his face. I will admit that to you, but you don't know that.
X is starting to really feel it, and is wondering what the hell this robot bought.
It's some of the good stuff. I've heard people in the cafeteria say they only break it out after successful missions, and I have to say, you did great work in our recent mission.
Oh, thank you. I'm flattered, but so did you. Your capture of the subject was excellent.
Thank you. Well, like I said before, if you need any help outside the mission, in any way a frame like me can assist, please do let me know. I know you're busy with bureaucracy, but I am a computer. Maybe I can help you with that.
Careful. I might just take you up on that.
I like the sound of that. Clink.
Okay, so you are each going to check. Actually, you guys should do 2 because you're going to cut loose with each other.
Oh, yeah.
Both times.
Okay,
So
should I
do
put
2.
a description next to each?
No, so when those fill up, then you're going to add something. And we're actually going to, off mic, we're going to each make a belief about every pilot involved right now. This will be your first belief that you have about them. And then next session at the start, we will talk about what those beliefs are and what we start out, what we think about each other. Mechanically, you should each roll me a D6.
D6.
And you're going to lose that much. Oh, fuck.
Holy shit.
This is the one
Oh,
thing I did not want to happen.
No. Okay, so here's the problem. You both got a 6. No, it's worse. You overindulge.
Wow, this early?
You both cleared more stress than you have.
Wow, we must be really not stressed.
So
Usually it's really bad, by the way.
it's not.
I have a role play fix for this, by the way.
Did we have a one-night robot stand or something?
I was going to say that I imagine that Hex is getting sloshed, and then Joseph, he starts to feel for Hex a bit and figures, I'll start bringing down my computing. Why not? This guy really helped me. So he will kind of slowly go. But he doesn't know how far he's going because he hasn't really done this before.
You're a 4-function calculator by the end of the night.
Okay.
Exactly.
So here are the options for overindulging. 1, attract trouble, which is that you are going to roll an additional entanglement on the table. This was the table we used for the radioactive gear, so keep that in mind. 2 is brag, which means you get -2 trust with your patron faction because you get big lips and you say some things you probably shouldn't have in a public space. The third option is AWOL, which is your pilot vanishes for a few weeks, which means you're going to play a different pilot next session until you return. And then 4th is impropriety, which is you make an ass out of yourself in front of the other pilot, which means you reset your connection clock with them to 0. If it's already at 0, you take the level 1 harm alone.
But we both have to do that to each other?
Yes, you both have to choose which one you want. So it's either you're going to get another entanglement, you're going to take -2 trust, you're going to go missing for a few weeks, or you're going to reset your connection clocks with each other. And you
how about we
mix
hate
and
each other
match
at the end of the night?
if you want.
Yeah. You're saying we just reset our connections?
We were initially about to be buddy-buddy, but now Hex is super distrustful of you, I think, is a good way to frame it.
I think we're getting, I might be getting so
like
drunk
that.
that I'm admitting things about humans, and you're like, fuck you, man. And I am like, humans are not helpful.
I like this a lot. I like this a lot.
We got too drunk.
Got too drunk, said some things we regretted. Maybe next time. Okay, yeah, so uncheck those 2 check marks. You won.
All right, do I get to zero out stress, by the way?
Yes, you do.
All right,
Oh,
hey, at
that's
least it was
wonderful.
cathartic.
Yeah.
Yes. So you're,
And
yeah.
how do
Oh my
you
God.
get it?
The
last
AWOL one's hilarious, though. I need to.
That's insane.
I might think about doing that, but right now I just want this.
It's really funny.
We had this moment we shared, Hex, even if we might not be friends.
There's no taking that away.
Yeah.
And that is it, my friends. Thank you for playing.
Hell yeah.
If you're listening, thank you for listening. See you next time.